Hey folks, Troubletcat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade, as I pretty much always am. And today we're looking at some Battlefield Vietnam gameplay that I recorded a while ago. This is a pretty small game. There's not a whole lot of people in here, but I really liked this game. This one was a lot of fun, so I thought I'd upload it and hope it would be also fun for you guys to watch. There's a few things. It's a game's about 15 minutes long, so I'm probably going to cover a few topics. I wanted to talk first up about gaming competitively and sort of where I sit on the curve and stuff like that, if you will. When I played BC2, you can tell, generally speaking, I think that I'm mostly just screwing around. I'm not trying really to post giant scores or anything like that. I do like to win, but it's not the first thing on my mind. I'm just trying to relax and stuff. Whereas if you were around when I was playing a lot of APB on the streams, if you've watched my APB videos, you'll know that in that game I was taking that a little bit more seriously and trying to be really competitive in that and be good at the game. In fact, I'm probably going to be getting a little bit back into some APB a little bit soon before BF3 comes out. And I wanted to say, with Battlefield 3, with all the stat tracking and stuff, and I think the way the game is designed, I think I'm going to be trying to take BF3 seriously and be pretty competitive. So, for those of you folks out there who really only like watching leaked gameplay, which I know a lot of people have said to me that they're happy with whatever, as long as the commentary is good and the gameplay is relatively interesting, it seems to be fine. But I know that there's a big community on YouTube that only really wants to watch like the top competitive players and stuff like that. And I'm not exactly trying to pander to that community, because that's not really what I do. That's not what the Zombie Arcade is about. But that said, I think with Battlefield 3, I'm going to be trying to post gameplays that will be a little bit more appealing to those people as well, because not to pander to them, I want to be clear about that, but because I do really enjoy playing games essentially as competitive sports at times, and I think with BF3 I'm going to be getting into that, because it's been a while. I like to have sort of one game at any given time that I'm taking relatively seriously, and APB was that for a while, but I got kind of tired of APB for various reasons. I think I might do a post about what went wrong with APB in the next few days. I should probably work on it today, actually, according to my drafted schedule, but anyway. And since then, there hasn't really been anything I've been taking that serious competitively. I mean, BC2, I just kind of screw around in for the most part. I like to win in it, as I said, but I'm not sort of trying to become super elite at it. With BF3, though, and the reason for that isn't that I don't think BC2 is a good game for that. It's definitely a game that involves a lot of skill. The reason for that is more that I'm really far behind the curve on BC2. I'm gonna have a hard time catching up with the dudes who've been playing it for a really long time, stuff like that. With BF3, it's just nice to start when there's a new game if you're gonna do something like that, because you get to be starting with everybody else, and it's just a good feel to be there at the beginning of a new game release, especially if you're trying to play really competitively, and to sort of grow with the community in that sense. As the community becomes more elite, so do you, and that's good. It works well. It feels good. So I'm going to be trying to take Battlefield 3 a little bit more seriously. So there will probably be actual tips videos and stuff like that, like I did with APB for BF3, as opposed to these commentaries I'm doing with Bad Community 2 that are, more so just rants on gaming and games and this game and stuff like that in general, as opposed to actual advice on how to play the game well, which I don't feel qualified to give with BC2. So, I mean, if I'm not really good at the game, I'm not going to try and give people advice on how to play it better. Whereas with APB, I was quite competent. With Bad Community 2, I'm a long way from the top, and so I don't tend to give too much advice on how to be lead in this game. On a related tangent, I wanted to talk briefly about eSports, because it's a topic that has come up occasionally on the live stream, in the live stream chat, as something that people are interested in. It's a thing that's happening in gaming now. It's been happening for a while. With Counter-Strike and even before Counter-Strike, there was always game tournaments, fighting games, and stuff like that. I really like eSports, even though I'm forever in it for the lols, guys, and that's never going to change. I mean, I achieved gaming zen many years ago now, and I'll never go back on that. I'll never go back to a time when I'm not in it for the lols, and when I get mad and stuff like that, and when I'm not playing games just to have fun. Because if you're not having fun, you're missing out, and you're not doing it right. If you're not having fun playing a game, then you're just wasting your time. To me. And that's not to say, as I said, I do like to take games seriously and play them competitively, and I find that provides a lot of enjoyment in multiplayer games. That's why I do it. I don't do it to, grow my EP by showing everybody how pro I am. I do it because I enjoy... I'm not a hugely competitive person. People who know me know this, generally speaking, but I do enjoy, some things are nice when they're competitive. I converse very competitively oftentimes, and I play video games competitively sometimes, and it's still all about having fun for me. It's just the fact that you're trying to do it competitively adds another layer of enjoyment. But to get back to what I was saying about eSports, I really like watching people play games. If it's a game that is skill based that I can take seriously as an eSports, StarCraft 2 is a game that I really have a lot of respect for people who play that game well. As strange as that might sound, because it's like saying I really have a lot of respect for people who sit in front of a screen 8 hours a day, and have no social lives. You can go out and you can play around with your friends, or you can sit at home and do something that matters. But I seriously, I mean, it's the same with competitive chess players and stuff like that. They've taken the time to become very skilled at something that, no, it doesn't necessarily translate to anything in the real world, but I think good competitive games that I can take seriously competitively, do tend to be fairly intellectual. And I mean, StarCraft 2, it sort of combines this need for good strategy with a lot of mechanical skill, and that's a great recipe for a competitive game there. If there's a combination, it has to be exciting to watch too. If this eSports thing really wants to take off, they need to be getting as many spectators as they can. And I think BF3 is going to be... I hope BF3 will make it in the eSport arena. I think it's going to be very much a skill-based game. And a lot of people feel like shooters are kind of dumb, even online shooters. But actually, for me, and it depends on how you play them, but at the high tiers of playing an online shooter, okay, there's a certain level that you can achieve by being really good with your mouse and keyboard, by having great reflexes and good aim and stuff like that. You can do pretty well, and there's a certain level of eliteness you can achieve. But if you want to get to the real high tiers of play in an online shooter, you absolutely need to be playing strategically. You need to be using the right strategies. You need to know how to get around the maps without getting your ass shot off by people behind you everywhere. You need to know how to work with your teammates and support your buddy friends so that you can get shit done. There's much more to it than just being quick in a good shooter. And I think that's one of the reasons I can't take Call of Duty. In fact, it's the main reason I can't take Call of Duty seriously as a competitive shooter. Is yes, there's strategy involved, but it's very, very shallow, and as a result, mechanical skill becomes way more important than it should be. Because for me, if I want to take a game seriously as a competitive game, if I want to be impressed by people who are good at the game, I want that game to be challenging and stimulating on an intellectual level. I don't want it to just be about hand-eye coordination and stuff. And Call of Duty, yes, there is more going on than just reflexes and hand-eye coordination and your mechanical skill, basically. There is more going on, but there's not enough more going on to make it really interesting. Bad Company 2, there's a fair bit more, and I think with Battlefield 3, I think Battlefield 3 is going to be a really good competitive game, and I'm expecting to see, like in Squad Rush, for example, little 4v4 matches. That's in this game too. I'm expecting to see that there will be a lot of space in that game for some serious competitive play that will be exciting to watch, and will be deep and involve enough skill for me to take it seriously, at least. Although I know a lot of people just feel like esports in general is a joke. And to those people, the question I would sort of ask is why? Like, do you think that all professional sports are jokes? And if not, why do you take, say, physical sports, traditional sports, like, basketball and soccer and baseball and stuff like that, why would you take those things seriously but not esports? It's all it's all the same thing. It's something that is meant for enjoyment, a game, if you will, that people have acquired a lot of skill in and play very well. And again, there's not very much cross transferable skills between an actual sport and real life. I mean, you develop your body a lot. You become an athlete if you're playing a physical sport, generally speaking. I think games well, it depends on the game, but I think the kinds of games that I like as competitive games and I can take seriously, also they develop you mentally, and that's worthwhile as well. I would say perhaps more worthwhile. No, I'm not going to say that. If it's more worthwhile to develop mentally than physically, I don't even know. I can't make that kind of judgment. Equal everything is probably best. As I was saying, though, yeah. So I would ask people who are in that sort of boat, who think esports are a bit of a joke, in general, even if regardless of what game it is and stuff like that, but just the idea of gaming being so serious as a competitive thing. I'm really curious, and I'm not trying to like straight up say you're wrong or troll or anything like that. I'm really curious as to why that is. So if you're in that camp, I'd absolutely love it if you left a comment below and just told me why you can't take esports seriously in particular, and also whether or not you take other sports seriously, or what about I mean, chess, professional chess. Is that something that is serious business? I don't know. For me, as somebody who's always in for the lulz, even when I'm playing competitively, it's not really serious business. I would never try to be a pro gamer. I don't want to spend that much time practicing and that much time and that much stress associated with it. There's sort of different levels, you know. You can play. It's like I guess it's like well, I don't know. Some people take that really seriously. But it's like playing in you know, an amateur league in a sport versus actually trying to make it professional. You know, you can try to win and you can really enjoy the competitive side of things, but at the same time, you know, you don't want to spend 8 hours a day practicing. You don't want to take it to that level, and that's sort of where I'm at. You know, I really do enjoy the competitive side of things. I really do get a kick out of playing to win in certain games and stuff like that. But I don't want to spend so much time to become like a pro dude myself, as much as I enjoy watching it. I think I really do. I wouldn't be doing this, obviously, this video right now, and I wouldn't be doing my website if I didn't have a vested interest in being a real part of the gaming community and trying to give something to that. But what I have to give is not my elite skills in the competitive pro arena. I have other things to contribute, such as this video right here. How much time is left in this game? Let me just check up here, because I think that pretty much covers everything I want to talk about. So this is this is the Vietnam mod for BC2. Like, I've had a lot of people saying they never picked up Vietnam, and I really like the Vietnam DLC for Bad Company 2. It's a lot of fun. It's very enjoyable. Would I recommend you buy it at this stage? Not really, with Battlefield 3 coming out so soon. But it's cool. They're nice maps. The weapons feel good. It's a lot of fun. I actually tend to do better in Vietnam than in standard BC2. I don't know why, but I tend to post better scores in Vietnam and stuff like that. So there will probably be a fair bit more Bad Company 2 Vietnam gameplay coming. I don't know though. It depends on when the BF3 beta starts. If there's no NDA. It's gonna be all BF3 all the time for a while, guys, because I am so pumped and I'm so hard for BF3. You can see here we're about to clean up shop. I really like the RPK in Vietnam. It's a boss gun. Second Lieutenant 2. So yeah, I guess that's this video, guys. Mission complete. I think I did relatively well. We're gonna see the scoreboard in a minute. Thanks for watching, everybody, guys, and do leave comments below. Let me know what you think about esports and stuff like that. I'm very much curious. Oh, probably shouldn't have put that in there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And also remember to like the video and subscribe and stuff if you like the video. If you don't like the video, don't bother. But yeah, you know how it works. So see you later, guys. Troubletcat out.